Hey, welcome in. Well, it's no secret that the woke don't like funny, and they sure don't like members of Monty Python. John Cleese has gotten into their crosshairs before. In fact, he's making a show about woke, just trying to understand what the hell it is, because it doesn't make any sense. But here we have Terry Gilliam, who's also been in the crosshairs of the woke before. And it seems they've turned their demented gaze back on him again. And for what? An unspeakable crime. What crime is that? He recommended Dave Chappelle to his followers. Here's the headline. An unspeakable crime. Monty Python star Terry Gilliam breaks his silence over his show being canceled when he recommended provocative U.S. comic Dave Chappelle to his followers. So what do you call that? Well, that's a thought crime right there, folks. I mean, didn't Terry Gilliam know that a small group of lunatic activists don't like Dave Chappelle? And that obviously they're going to be extremely distressed by somebody disagreeing with them. Let's see, the Monty Python star 81 was set to co-direct Stephen Sondheim's musical Into the Woods next year when the iconic theater in London announced the production had been called off last month. The move came after Gilliam urged his 495,000 Facebook followers to watch U.S. comedian Dave Chappelle's controversial new Netflix show, The Closer. And we have to remember that controversial means that one person somewhere doesn't like it. So what did he write? He wrote, "It's very sad that a great cultural institution like the Old Vic allowed itself to be intimidated into canceling our production of Into the Woods by a small group of close-minded, humor-averse ideologues on their staff who absurdly call themselves the Old Vic 12, as if they were victims of some cruel injustice, desperately fighting for their freedom." Anyway, it continues. "My unspeakable crime was recommending my Facebook followers to watch a Netflix special by a brilliant and provocative American comedian, and then share with me their opinions. They did, and civilization did not collapse. However, the Old Vic's artistic credibility certainly has. Freedom of speech is often attacked, but I never imagined that freedom of recommendation would be under threat as well." From Terry Gilliam. Now, I think the world has actually already spoken on this matter, and we can see here on the Rotten Tomatoes page for Dave Chappelle The Closer, that's the special he's talking about, that 95% of the audience likes it. And as you can see, the critics only gave it a 40% score, so it wasn't that popular with them. But it is true that most of the critics are woke these days. And remember that thing I said about woke doesn't like funny? Yeah, it really doesn't. But it seems like the world likes The Closer by Dave Chappelle. It seems like Dave Chappelle's The Closer is a lot more popular than wokeism. So I have to ask the question, why does it seem necessary for Western civilization to cater to the most neurotic and humorless and touchy people amongst us? A small minority of neurotic, perpetually unhappy people. Why do they get to ruin everything for everybody else? And when will everybody else get sick of it? And as I said, it's not the first time that Gilliam has fallen afoul of the woke. Here in 2018, he said, "You know, I no longer want to be a white male and blamed for everything." Kind of reminds you of,
All right, but apart from the sanitation, the medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, a fresh water system and public health, what have the Romans ever done for us?
Brought peace?
Oh, peace. Shut up.
But anyway, you know, I no longer want to be a white male and blamed for everything. I tell the world I am a BLGT, black lesbian in transition, and my name is Loretta. He said, "Comedy is not assembled. A boy, a girl, white, black, a dog. I want to be trans species. Transgender is not enough." Yeah, he's ahead of the curve there. And in the case of this show being canceled, I guarantee you there's more people that wanted to see the show than are concerned about Terry Gilliam recommending a comedy special, an extremely popular comedy special. Because what would happen if they didn't? You know, these 12 lunatics and a few activists protest outside? Maybe if it's not raining. Media activists would fret for a few minutes until the next Ricky Gervais tweet. And that would be that. And then everybody would be happy except the people that are never happy anyway. Because even if you ban what they want banned, they're just going to complain you didn't ban it hard enough. And you know what? Now that I think about it, theater itself is colonialism, and it's supremacy, I think. And by the way, I'm furious that all of Monty Python's work hasn't been canceled already. And also here, I've got a list of books that I want piled up and burned in a bonfire. And also I identify as Aztec, and I want some human sacrifice for reparations. And actually, let's take a look at Ricky Gervais' Twitter feed. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.